Welcome back to the channel. Today, we'll be taking a look at 7 SUVs that keep going after 250,000 miles. Number 7. GMC Yukon. The 5th generation GMC Yukon underwent a complete redesign, giving it a fresh and modern look. You can grab this SUV in 2 versions, the standard Yukon and the extended Yukon XL. Both these trims cruise smoothly on the GM Tone platform, proudly crafted at the GM Arlington plant in Texas. Powering this supersized beast is a robust 355 horsepower V8 engine. But if you're feeling a bit more adventurous, there's an option for a brawnier 420 horsepower V8. For the eco-conscious or those who love a well-balanced ride, there's even a 277 horsepower turbo diesel available. These models are your go-to options in the traditional SUV market. And let's talk about longevity. If you treat your Yukon right, it could be your trusty sidekick for decades. I mean, who doesn't want a car that stands the test of time? According to IC Cars, there's a good chance this full-size, truck-based Yukon can hit 250,000 miles or more. Now, if you're aiming for the sweet spot in Yukon history, look no further than the 4th generation, strutting its stuff between 2016 and 2020. That's the golden era, where style, power, and durability converged into one beautiful package. Number 6. Honda CR-V. The Honda CR-V is like the rock star of compact SUVs, stealing the show and winning hearts for over 2 decades. It's been a top seller for Honda, and let's face it, it's not just a phase. This little powerhouse has some serious staying power. Why is it so loved, you ask? Well, picture this. Efficient fuel economy, nimble maneuvering that's almost like it's doing a dance, and a roomy interior that's like having your own cozy hideaway on wheels. No wonder it's a favorite among crossover enthusiasts. Now let's talk used cars. And in that realm, the CR-V is the superhero. It's not just reliable, it's the superhero of reliability. Low maintenance costs and an impressive resale value make it the wise choice for the budget-conscious adventurer. What's the secret sauce behind the Honda CR-V's reliability? Well, it's all in the engine tech. Honda engineers aren't just engineers. They're like wizards crafting engines with a dash of magic. Their attention to detail and precision is like the secret spell that makes these engines efficient, powerful, and practically immortal. According to the car gurus, there's a whopping 27.5% chance that your CR-V will still be rocketing beyond the 250,000 mile mark. Now that's endurance? Some CR-Vs are like the marathon runners of the road, hitting a cool 1 million miles. Yes, you read that right. 1 million. Number 5. Ford Expedition. The Ford Expedition takes the crown as the largest among Ford's sport utility models. It's like the heavyweight champion of SUVs, especially loved by families craving ample seating space and a truck-like prowess. Now, let's talk about its beating heart, the Triton V8 motor in the 2nd Gen Expedition. This bad boy is not just robust, it's powerful, making you feel like you're in command of a mechanical beast on the road. And here's a fun fact. This traditional body-on-frame SUV shares its DNA with the F-150 and other Ford models. According to the data from iCars, the Ford Expedition is a survivor. It boasts a 20% chance of hitting the impressive 250,000 mile mark. That's 1.3 times more likely than your average SUV, making it the Chuck Norris of the automotive world. Now, if you're eyeing a robust used SUV without breaking the bank, guess what? You can snag a 2016 Expedition for just 10 grand. Yes, you heard it right. A beefy SUV that won't dent your wallet too much. So buckle up and get ready for plenty of road trips because this Expedition is a true road warrior, and it's not planning to retire anytime soon. Number 4. Toyota Sequoia. The Toyota Sequoia, a big old full-size SUV, made its grand entrance in 2001. It's been hanging out with its buddy, the Toyota Tundra pickup truck, ever since. These two are like peas in a pod, challenging the big players in the full-size SUV game. But, get this, in over 20 years, we've only seen 3 brand spanking new Sequoias hit the scene. Talk about keeping us on our toes. Now, when it comes to the latest model year, sorry folks, the date is plain hard to get. We can't spill the beans on its reliability just yet, but let's take a little trip down memory lane to the 2nd Gen Sequoias. They're like the rock stars of the SUV world. Under the exterior, It's still sticking to its roots with a massive 5.7-liter V8 engine that's naturally aspirated. No turbochargers here, just good old-fashioned power. We're talking 380 horsepower and a hefty 401 pound-feet of torque. And guess what? It's got a 6-speed automatic transmission, keeping things classic. According to the car data wizards, these Sequoias have a 47% chance of hitting the whopping 250,000-mile mark. Hold up, did you catch that? That means almost half of these bad boys are crossing the mileage finish line. Now, that's what I call impressive. Number 3, Acura MDX. The Acura MDX is like that trusty friend who's always got your back. Built on Honda's engineering excellence, this luxury SUV doesn't just look good. It's a beast on the road. People love it for its reliability. And it's like the superhero of long-term dependability, leaving competitors in the dust. Owners sing its praises, with high-mileage stories that sound almost too good to be true. The MDX powertrain is the unsung hero here, featuring a robust V6 engine and a transmission system that's like a well-choreographed dance, smooth and long-lasting. Now here's a fun fact for you. According to the car gurus, an Acura MDX hitting the 250,000-mile mark is not a rare sighting. With a 29.2% chance, it's 1.9 times more likely than your average says you. And for those savvy budget-conscious buyers, the second-generation Acura MDX from 2010 to 2013 is your golden ticket. So if you're in the market for a ride that's both practical and a bit of a show-off, the Acura MDX might just be your perfect match. Number 2, Honda Pilot. The Honda Pilot is a mid-size 3-row crossover SUV, ideal for those who crave both ample seating and cargo space without compromising on handling and traction. It's Honda's big shot at the SUV game, and it has earned its stripes for being as reliable as your grandma's apple pie recipe. Introduced to the U.S. market back in 2003, the Pilot is currently strutting its stuff in its 3rd generation. Now, when we talk about longevity, we've got a soft spot for the 2nd-gen Pilot. It is a boxy mid-size SUV that's not trying to be anything it's not. Simple, straightforward, and kind of like that one friend who's got your back no matter what. Under the exterior, the Pilot is rocking Honda's tried and true 3.5-liter J35 Z4 V6 engine, 250 horsepower, and 253 pound-feet of torque. To be precise, Honda intentionally held back a bit on the engine's full potential, like they're playing it cool at a party. Why? To give the components a break and ensure the engine's lifespan is longer than your Netflix, with a 42.7% likelihood of cruising past 250,000 miles. It's leaving other SUVs in the dust, 2.8 times above the average. So if you're in for the long haul and want a vehicle that ages like fine wine, the Pilot might just be your 4-wheeled soulmate. Number 1, Toyota 4Runner. The Toyota 4Runner, a mid-size SUV that's been around since 1984, is like the seasoned grandparent of the automotive world. It's seen a lot, and it knows a thing or two. Currently rocking its 5th generation, this bad boy is sometimes known as the Huck Surf in certain regions. Now, why is this SUV such a hit in the US, you ask? Well, it turns out Americans love a reliable ride, and the 4Runner delivers just that. Toyota played it smart with a body-on-frame design and didn't mess too much with the exterior. A strategy that's clearly paid off, creating a loyal fan base over the decades. Under the exterior, you've got a 4-liter V6 engine paired with a 5-speed automatic transmission. Sure, it might not be winning any awards for fuel efficiency by today's standards, but what it lacks in miles per gallon, it makes up for in reliability. The 4Runner has a 41% chance of hitting a whopping 250,000 miles. That's 2.7 times more likely than your average SUV. No wonder even a decade-old 4Runner with high mileage is still turning heads and fetching a pretty penny in the used car market. And with this, we have reached the end of this video. If you found it helpful, then make sure to like it and subscribe the channel for future upcoming videos.